We must be unafraid to stand up and speak out as if our country depends on it, because it does.
In a remarkable, relentless critique of Donald Trump, Arizona Republican Senator Jeff Flake announcing he'll retire rather than keep working with a leader he finds dangerous to democracy.
The principles that underlie our politics, the values of our founding, are too vital to our identity and to our survival to allow them to be compromised by the requirements of politics. Because politics can make us silent when we should speak, and silence can equal complicity. I have children and grandchildren to answer to, and so, Mr. President, I will not be complicit or silent.
The senator's voice thick with emotion.
When we remain silent and fail to act, when we know that silence and inaction is the wrong thing to do because of political considerations, because we might make enemies, because we might alienate the base, we dishonor our principles and forsake our obligations. Those things are far more important than politics. If we simply become inured to this condition, thinking that it is just politics as usual, then heaven help us. Without fear of the consequences and without consideration of the rules of what is politically safe or palatable, we must stop pretending that the degradation of our politics and the conduct of some in our executive branch are normal. They are not normal.
And neither was today. Extraordinary on every level as a political earthquake shakes the GOP so hard it's splintered. It's not just Flake. Another retiring Republican, Senator Bob Corker, is now accusing the president of debasing the U.S. on the world stage.
I don't think there's any question, but that's the case, just in the way that he conducts himself and goes to such a low level.
Corker never called Donald Trump a liar, but suggested he is, capping a morning in which the president slammed the head of the Foreign Relations Committee as a lightweight and incompetent. By lunchtime, as the president visited Capitol Hill, some senators had popcorn ready for a show, but Corker and the president never talked. The drama, instead, came when Flake announced he'd leave the Senate in early 2019. Politically, he was in jeopardy back home in a risky re-election fight. But for the next year, he and other Republicans could block parts of the president's agenda, stalled so far. No health care reform, no big infrastructure package, no tax cuts yet, with no margin for error in the party.
Does the president feel like he's winning?
I think he feels like America's winning.
The White House dismissing the senator's stunning comments as simply petty.
The people of this country didn't elect somebody to be weak. They elected somebody to be strong. And when he gets hit, he's going to hit back.
And as Bob Corker tweets again today about what he's called the adult daycare that is the White House, worth remembering he was an early supporter of then candidate Trump. Donald Trump from the very beginning divided his own party. Now the attitude here at the White House seems to be toward Republicans, get on board or get out. Lester?
All right, Hallie Jackson, thank you. And for some perspective on this, let's turn to political director and Meet the Press moderator Chuck Todd. Chuck, as we pointed out, Corker and Flake have little to lose here, but what kind of position do they put other Republicans in with this?
Well, look, it is clear that we have a fight for the soul of the Republican Party, but it isn't right now being litigated on issues. It's being litigated on character and personality. And I will say this, it is putting, on one hand, Corker and Flake are not alone. On the other hand, they are free to make these charges since neither one of them plans on running for re-election in 2018. It does create this divide inside the party that will play itself out not just in primaries, where it'll be Trump versus the establishment, but general elections too, where Corker may become an asset to Democrats. Everything is going to be just thrown up into the air, that's for sure.
All right, Chuck Todd. Chuck, thank you. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.